Howdy folks, and welcome to episode 300. Yes, really, episode 300 of Mingles with Jingles. Wow, I have been doing this for a while now, haven't I? In fact, this prompted me to go back to the very first episode, which wasn't actually called Mingles with Jingles, all the way back on the 31st of March 2013. It was just called Q&A with a Mighty Jingles, and one of the questions that was asked was, what should I call this video series if I'm going to do it regularly? And the most upvoted comment was from the memory lane of gaming, who said, I know a good name, Mingles with Jingles. And enough of you thought that that was a good idea that, well, here we are. That's not the most recent comment though. Apparently I made a bit of a fuss about it around about 100 episodes ago, in Mingles with Jingles episode 200. There were a whole bunch of comments from 2 years ago saying, who's watching this in 2017? After I mentioned it in Mingles episode 200. And that prompted me to actually go back through my video playlists and just look over all of the videos that I've uploaded since my very first video, World of Tanks Type 59 Action, published on the 16th of June 2012. Unfortunately, there are a lot of gaps in the playlists, particularly, surprisingly, Mingles with Jingles, although perhaps not surprisingly, because even though this is episode 300 of Mingles with Jingles, and I've done a couple of episodes of not Mingles with Jingles as well, there are less than 200 Mingles episodes still surviving on YouTube. This is all down to the great adpocalypse, because I used that John Williams march from the Steven Spielberg movie 1941 as the signature tune of Mingles with Jingles, a tune that became so closely associated with the video series in many people's minds, but which I didn't have the copyright for. And a lot of those videos had to go because they'd been up so long that YouTube wouldn't let me edit them anymore. And a lot of other video series have been affected by the great adpocalypse as well in a similar way. Cold Waters is down to less than 20 videos because the intro music that I used was a Hans Zimmer theme from the Tony Scott movie Crimson Tide. Great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. The music in particular is excellent. Of course, other videos that relied heavily on music synced up to the action have suffered as well. Why You Have to Be Mad being a particular victim. Only episodes 4, 10, 19, 20, 21 and 22 have survived. But despite that, it's fascinating going back and just looking through the various different... I have 68 different video playlists. A lot of channels would be happy to just have 68 different videos. I have 68 different playlists of videos. And some of those playlists have got hundreds of videos in them. Not all do, of course. Although Red Dead Redemption 2 started to look like it might, that actually finished off with 40 videos in the series. I had a lot of fun playing that game. And a lot of fun making the videos on it as well. One of my shorter playlists was the Lone Echo series. It only took me 5 videos to finish that game, although they were all very long videos. Anybody remember Lone Echo? Virtual reality space game? I still get people posting comments in other videos saying, Jingles, when are you going to finish Lone Echo? How many times do you want me to finish it? I put the final episode up on July the 13th last year. And to this day I still get people saying, Jingles, when are you going to finish Lone Echo? It's threatening to turn itself into a meme at this point. Subnautica, 19 videos. Feels like I did more. Then again, I did play the game through twice, once for YouTube and then once in survival mode on Twitch, and completed it twice. That was a great game. Very much looking forward to them finishing Subnautica 2. What I think is my biggest video playlist were videos that weren't actually made by me. When I reached 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, I challenged you lot to get off your asses and entertain me by making your own videos for a change. 775 of your videos in that playlist. I managed to thin that 775 videos down to a short list of 90, from which I picked 18 winners for World of Warships and 20 winners for World of Tanks, and they're all in their own playlists there as well if you look for them. Originally, a playlist on YouTube couldn't contain more than 200 videos, so if you look at my World of Tanks playlist 1, it has 195 videos in it. Some of those got removed. Playlist 2, 189 videos again, some of those got removed. Playlist 3, 171 videos. You get a playlist 4, however, and apparently YouTube removed that restriction. because World of Tanks playlist 4, which is the playlist that I add all of my latest World of Tanks videos to, is now up to 394 videos. And that's just the one playlist of one of the games that I cover. And there's another 3 playlists for World of Tanks as well. Not, of course, including the Random Acts of Violence playlists, the Why You Have to Be Mad playlist, the Epic Fail and Epic Win playlists for World of Tanks, all of which contain a relatively small number of videos. But if you add them all up together, that's about 1,000 videos on World of Tanks alone. Shit. What have I been doing with my life? By contrast, World of Warships, with a mere 322 videos, still has some catching up to do. I think what must be my most popular overall playlist, when you factor in not just number of views but also watch time, viewer retention, viewer engagement, and it's also one of my short video playlists with only 10 videos. But I think the gold standard, at least on this channel, for video popularity has to be my Alien Isolation series. Only 10 videos, not bad for a game that I never finished. And to this date, the only game that I ever did with a face cam. Which you have to do if you're playing Alien Isolation. Part of the fun for the audience is just watching you shit your pants. But I could not finish that game. I tried, I really did. Because when I was recording the original video series, I was doing it late at night, in the pitch black, no light other than the computer monitor. I was playing the game on headphones for maximum immersion, and holy shit, it worked. That game literally scared the crap out of me. But it was so popular, and I can see why. But so many people were saying, Jingles, please finish this series. So I thought I'd give it a dry run. I mean, how bad could it be? Let's not play it in the middle of the night. Let's not play it on headphones. So on a bright summer afternoon, middle of the day, months after I put an end to the actual Alien Isolation video series, I thought I'll give it another go. I mean, how bad can it be? So I fired up my save game, right at the point in the medical section. I don't know if you've ever played or watched Alien Isolation, but this is actually the point. You're a couple of hours in at this point, but it's not until you get into the medical wing of Sevastopol Station that the game actually begins properly, where the alien actually starts hunting you for the first time. You've encountered the alien prior to that, but it's always been a scripted event. Pant-wettingly scary scripted event, but a scripted event nonetheless. And this is the point where the alien makes a scripted entrance, but from that point on, it's all down to the alien AI as it hunts you throughout the station. So I loaded up the save game. I thought, okay, I know what's going to happen now. They've got the scripted sequence where the alien enters. Here it comes. Here it comes. I've triggered the alarm. Right, okay. It's going to come out of that vent in the ceiling. So hide behind this trolley. There it is. Nope, can't do this. Save and exit. Nope. No, sorry. Well, anyway, several months after that, because they introduced a whole bunch of downloadable content for Alien Isolation as well. And I can't remember exactly what the nature of this DLC was, but there were various different challenges that you could run. And in one of them, you had a safe room, and it gave you a flamethrower. Right at the start, I thought, well, okay, if you're going to give me a flamethrower, I'll have a go. So I installed this DLC, and I'm there at the exit of my safe room, leading into the station. I've got a flamethrower in my hand. Nope. I couldn't even make myself step out of the safe room. I was that scared. So, you know, you can keep asking, but I'm never going to finish Alien Isolation. It's just not one of those things that is meant to be. Speaking of video playlists that I'm unlikely to ever finish, although this time because there's unlikely to ever be an actual game at the end of it, way back on the 3rd of December 2013, I did the first of 9 videos on Star Citizen. Yes, December 2013. Nearly 6 years ago. Yeah, I know. Progress on Star Citizen has become something of a meme over the last couple of years, and rightfully so, but I'm currently sitting looking at the roadmap for the single player, the story campaign section of Star Citizen, Squadron 42, and the roadmap was updated 2 days ago. Their current milestone, Squadron 42, Q2 2019. The second... Well, you've missed that one, haven't you? I mean... Oh, what a surprise, said absolutely nobody. The single-player story campaign isn't even supposed to go into beta until the third quarter of next year. And as for the persistent online multiplayer universe, your guess is as good as mine. I'm sure if we all just pledge another $1 billion to Chris Roberts, there'll be a game along at some point. Maybe. Anyway, that's enough reminiscing for now. So, what's new? Well, in the comments of last week's Mingles with Jingles, I discovered, to my horror, that a game I got inordinately excited about when I realised it was coming out soon, MechWarrior 5, because, you know, I've been waiting 17 years since the last MechWarrior game. Turns out it's exclusive to the Epic Games Store. Judging by the comments, apparently, since I didn't realise it was an Epic Games Store exclusive, this means I'm a shill for the Epic Games Store, and I should be ashamed of myself. Come on, let's face it, guys. What is more likely here? I got it wrong. I mean, you know, based on past evidence, which is the more likely of these two options? I didn't realise it was exclusive to the Epic Games Store, or I'm nothing but a corporate mouthpiece and a shill for Epic Games. Yeah, that's right. This week's episode of Mingles with Jingles, sponsored by the Epic Games Store. I don't think so. Well, yeah, disappointing. I mean, I've waited 70... And apparently it's exclusive for a year. Not 6 months, like some of the other exclusives. No, an entire year. Well, screw that. I've waited 17 years for MechWarrior 5. I can wait 18. In other news, I got a very nasty scare last week, courtesy of little Akazuki, who's not actually that little anymore. Let me just describe to you what my normal morning routine is like. I wake up, Akazuki immediately starts meowing for my attention, because she wants feeding first thing in the morning. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, I find her food bowl, I wash it out, I put her wet food in it, and then when she's happily om-nom-nomming away on that, and the other two cats are waiting their turn, because she's the boss. Right. I fill the dry food bowls, and then I top off the water fountains. Well, anyway, last Monday, when last week's episode of Mingles with Jingles came out, I woke up, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, but I couldn't quite figure out what it was, because I'm not particularly good first thing in the morning. So I pop through into the man cave, and I publish Mingles with Jingles. And then I think to myself, oh yeah, cat food. So I go and open a packet of wet cat food, and I put it down in Akazuki's food bowl. But there's no Akazuki. And this is very unusual. I mean, normally, she's the first thing I hear when I wake up, because she realises I'm awake, and it's like, right, feed me, human. But nothing. And she's normally meowing and purring and chirping and running around my feet, getting excited because I'm about to, you know, give her a breakfast. No sign of her. So I started getting a bit concerned. Now, Rita was away at some tank thing, so it was just me. The other two cats were there. They were quite happily tucking into the food now that they didn't have to wait for Akazuki to finish first. So I started looking around and calling her name, and there's nothing, no answer. And I started to get really concerned. I searched the entire house from top to bottom. No trace of her. No sign of her anywhere. Couldn't hear her. I was calling her name. Nothing. So then I checked the garden. She's not in the garden. She shouldn't have been in the garden, because all the doors and windows were closed. And I've got some nets on the windows now, specifically to stop the cats from getting out. So we can leave windows open to let some fresh air in, but the cats can't get out. But no, none of those have been tampered with either. So I'm really starting to get worried now. So I go out into the streets and start searching. And I'm calling her name, and I am really starting to panic. I don't understand how she could have gotten out. I mean, we put the nets up on the windows because she just jumped out of one of the windows at one point, months ago, which necessitated an extremely expensive 2 o'clock in the morning visit to the vet. Thankfully, she was fine. She grazed her chin when she hit the ground as she jumped out of a first floor window, but it shouldn't have been possible for her to get out of the house. So either somebody came in and took her, which you'd think I would have heard, and I really didn't want to. I mean, all of the worst possible case scenarios were going through my head. Either somebody has come into the house during the night and taken her, because she's a very, very valuable cat, or, and I didn't even want to face the possibility, she's died. And let's just say that wasn't an experience that I want to repeat. The idea that because I love this cat so much. It's astonishing how much you care about these things. And the idea that I'd lost her, it wasn't a good day, let me just put it that way. So after 2 hours of searching the streets and not finding her, I return home and I'm starting to think about, okay, I need to call the vet. I need to start getting posters made. And then there she is, at the end of the hallway, looking out of the bedroom, straight at me. She'd been in the house the whole time. I don't know where she was hiding. I mean, I thought I'd searched every corner of the house, but she was in the house the whole time. She wasn't answering when I was calling her name. She didn't come running as soon as I put her breakfast down, which is what she does every day. So there's something wrong. But it's a bank holiday and the vet is closed. But I was just so happy that she was alive. She scared the shit out of me that day. It's amazing how attached to your pets you become. So I call the vet anyway. Yes, Akazuki, that's right. You scared the shit out of me, you little bastard. It's okay. Yes, Pappy loves you. I'm just telling all the YouTube people about how you scared the crap out of me. Yeah, you see, that's what she's normally like first thing in the morning, except she's even more vocal than that. It's like, Pappy, feed me, feed me, feed me. But last Monday, nothing. So she's off her food and she's hiding somewhere. Now, cats are very, very good at hiding pain. And if they're hurting, they'll usually find a dark corner somewhere to hide. And that must have been what had happened. But she wasn't interested in eating. The vet was closed. So I booked an appointment for the next day. Luckily, a couple of hours later, she's playing. I've got a toy for her. It's a circular half tube with a ball in it. She loves pushing the ball around the tube. Makes a bit of a noise in the background, but yeah, she's happy. I don't care. Well, within a couple of hours, she started eating her food again, and she started being more like herself. So something had happened during the night. She'd fallen ill or sick or something, and she just decided, I'm just going to go and hide somewhere and just be alone for a few hours, and scared the shit out of me. But luckily, there's nothing wrong. So, but that's not an experience I wish to repeat in a hurry. And I was going through, as I was talking about on my YouTube playlists earlier, I was going through the Akazuki playlists, all the kitten diaries, and looking at what she was like when we first got her, when she was only 12 weeks old. It's just astonishing how much she's grown. I mean, she is 4 times the size that she was 3 months ago. She's only 8 months old. Maine Coons keep growing until they're 2.5 to 3 years old. And she's already 4 times the size that she was. I'm glad she's in my life because she's an amazing, adorable, cute, affectionate and gentle little cat. And I love her so much. And she's ruining this episode of Mingles with Jingles. Seriously, find a quiet toy to play with. Oh, whatever. Anyway, 300 episodes of Mingles with Jingles. I should probably do something to celebrate. So, courtesy of Wargaming, I have a whole bunch of bonus codes to give away. We have Legion of Honor container codes, we have community contributor container codes, and we've got a whole bunch of community contributor subscriber camo codes to give away as well. These World of Warships codes are global. They work on all servers. It doesn't matter which server you play on. The code should work. Just go to the account management section of whichever World of Warships portal is for your region and enter Wargaming code. And, well, first you have to win one. I should probably have explained how that works. Nice and simple. Link down below. Giveaway. Video description. 1 entry per person. Random code will be won. It could be a Legion of Honor container. It could be a subscriber camo code. It could be a community contributor container. All prizes picked at random. Just click the link in the video description. Name and email address. Monday night I'll generate a bunch of winners. And Tuesday morning I will email everybody from the Jingles Contests email address, letting you know your codes. Good luck to everybody. 300 episodes down. Here's to many more. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, take care. And I'll catch you next time.